I just want somebody to talk to. Someone that's on my mind. I want something.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Piggybank podcast where we give you our 3 cents.
3 cents. So today we're going to be talking about puberty. We're going to be getting down and dirty, talking about all the stuff we wish we heard when we were younger. And maybe this will be able to help you now if you're still going through it. So.
Right. And I don't know if y'all remember the exact time you went through it, because I don't remember it was exactly when I was 12. I don't remember all that, but I just remember one morning waking up and I had boobs and I was like, what's going on?
See, for me, it was really weird. I remember the day I got my period, the back of my hand. I don't really have boobs now. So that was never something that I was concerned about, it never was one day I just have boobs, I don't know what to do. But I did notice it around me and with my friends and stuff. So I would say boobs were when they came in, I wasn't too concerned about them, but I was like, oh, that happened. Because you kind of look at your parents and you're like, oh, well, my mom has boobs, so that's gonna happen to me eventually. You just don't know when. But
Yeah.
did you guys have
Literally when I was younger, I remember seeing my sister, my older sister, she's a year older than me, and she started developing earlier, way earlier, 9 years old before me, and I was getting to 14. I was like, when am I gonna develop? Some people are really late bloomers.
Mhm.
And you just never know. You're always just
I was really comparing myself to a lot of the people I was around. I had
Yeah.
a friend who got boobs in the 6th grade, whereas mine didn't come to literally high school. So I was really comparing myself, and we had that one talk. I don't know if your elementary schools did this, but when I was in the 5th grade, they did this talk for transitioning to middle school. And we pretty much they separated the girls and the guys, and then we would talk about periods, boobs. They kind of touched on virginity and stuff like that. But I remember going to that conversation and leaving it what the hell was that?
I wish what school?
Virginity in middle school?
Y'all
That's
no, this was
crazy.
5th grade. This
My
was
school
elementary
didn't
school.
talk
That's-
about it. No,
Y'all didn't
my
do
school
that?
didn't talk about it.
No, we didn't talk about virginity, but we talked about periods and just growing taller and this and that and just regular puberty stuff. Not
I
sex in the
didn't.
5th grade.
I didn't. I mean, okay, in health class they touched on it, but when I say
Mhm.
touched, I mean touched.
We didn't even have health
Oh,
class.
I was just scared. Let me just explain to y'all real quick. So obviously with my older sisters, I knew a period was a thing, but it always scared me and I was so embarrassed. I don't know why I was embarrassed, because all women, anyone that identifies female or not, has a period, right? Okay. So why was I embarrassed that when I thought it was going to come? Because when it came, I was camping, okay, and I just saw blood in my underwear and I started freaking out. I didn't even want to tell my mom. I was just looking everywhere for a pad, and I was like, why was I embarrassed?
Well,
I feel
what?
it's because all the negative connotation around it, and hearing about some negative things growing up, and the PMS this and cramps that, and you're just oh, I have to deal with this now. Everybody knows that I have to deal with this. We're taking out a pad and a bad thing. We're just opening it so quiet. And it's why are you embarrassed? It's natural.
No,
You
yeah.
know?
My biggest thing with embarrassment did not come from hearing all of these things. It came from being uneducated. Like I said, I'm from Texas. Our sex education is 0. So the fact that I got that class in 5th grade is something because we didn't get it any other time. They didn't teach it at all throughout high school. We didn't have health class. Health class was something you had to sign up for if you wanted to be a doctor when you graduated. We did not do that. So the only time I heard about it was that one class in 5th grade. And it wasn't even a class. It was a one day. They came in. They were like, here's your gift. You don't want to give your gift away. And that's all they said.
Oh.
So they preached celibacy instead of teaching how to sex ed.
They
Yeah.
called
So
it a gift?
yeah.
A gift. Here's your
That's
The
gift.
lady who did the presentation was literally pregnant. So we were all like, girl. Get to bed. But no, my embarrassment came from not knowing anything. So I remember being in the bathroom. I literally was number 2ing, and then I get off the toilet and I'm like, why is my poop coming out of my vagina? I was really confused because my very first period was really brown. And so I was like, why does it keep coming out? Why am I shitting out my vagina? And then I literally went to my mom, and it took so much. I was embarrassed to go to my mom. I didn't want to go to her about that because I didn't know what it was. I used to always walk in on her like using the bathroom on her period. I'm giving like so much of my mom's information, but I would walk in and then
No, I
she'd be
did
like,
that too. I did that
I didn't
too.
know what was happening. I just kind of watched it and was like, yeah, that's something she deals with. I thought it was a health issue. Like I thought it was like a doctor thing. I was like, oh my God, is my mom sick? Like every month she has this big thing in her underwear. Like I didn't know. And so when I went up to her, she was like, oh, it's your period. Here's these pads. And these are the pads. Y'all, to this day, I be using these.
She said unbox with me.
I be using these. I'm on my period right now. They're like diapers, y'all. These are diaper pads.
Yeah.
I can't use these thin ones. I don't know how y'all be using these thin little pads. Like, I don't get it, y'all. Because
the diaper pads.
No, yeah. I do not get how y'all use
work of art.
these thin pads. I used to have friends who would be like, you want a pad? When I didn't have one. And it'd be like a little piece of paper. Like, how am I supposed to do anything with that? Be so for real. I need a
Or the
diaper.
panty liners.
Bro, panty liners be moving out the way. I can't deal with panty liners. I can't.
I know. And see, like, I know you don't use them, Hailey, like, but my period is like, it's still so bad, but ever since I got on birth control, which I'll talk about, but ever since I got on that, it's not as bad. But my period so bad that I had to wear a giant ass pad and a Super Plus tampon. So
y'all, okay, should I tell them my tampon story?
Go ahead.
Okay, I was in middle school the first time I ever like used a tampon, and let me tell you why this is the most traumatizing thing. This is why I will use diaper pads till the day I die, okay? Because we were going on a camping trip, and I was like, guys, I don't know if I can go. I'm gonna be on my period. I don't want to swim and be on my period. Like, I can't do that. And my friend Kayla goes, oh, no biggie, just wear a tampon. I was like, oh. She said a tampon, and then she gives me this tampon. She's like, just go put it in. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, just put it in there. It's easy. Like, just put your leg up on the toilet, look down. So I go to the bathroom in my athletic locker room, and I put this tampon in right before practice. And next thing you know, I walk out the bathroom, I pass out. I'm grabbing everyone. I start grabbing all the people in there. People are pushing me off them. They're like, girl, why are you on me? Like, move. And then boom, my head hit the floor. I wake up, everyone's like around me, and I'm like, sorry, I just passed out.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, there was everyone in the locker room was just standing around me, including the coach. And then I literally just go outside and start back practicing. But I was literally traumatized. And I didn't talk about it to my doctor until literally last year. And my doctor told me it was because I put my head down because I was looking at it, and I brought my head up too fast.
Oh, all right.
I literally
thought
the
it
whole
was the
time,
blood rushing.
Well, yeah, for my head. But the whole time I thought it was because of the actual tampon. So I've been so scared to try them again.
Girl.
I tried one again. No, I tried one again a couple of months ago, and it didn't even go in. So I just am not doing tampons ever.
Jailah, do you use them?
No,
You don't?
not at all. I remember I tried to use it once when I was at like a birthday party, and I was like, oh girl, no. I don't know how y'all do this. I went at pool cold turkey. We were good.
Well, I mean, wait, what?
Cold turkey. No, because I heard this myth that okay. So I heard this myth that if you like go in the pool and you don't have to like put on the pad or anything because the pressure stops.
Oh yeah, the water it makes your period go away. If I hadn't known that, I wouldn't even have tried in the first place. I love a good period water stop. It's great. But guys, I think my hardest thing with puberty was not periods. My hardest thing was because I have hyperhidrosis. I sweat bad. When I was in like 4th, 5th grade, I had really bad sweating. And that's when I started sweating and starting that side of puberty. And I feel like nobody ever talks about that.
The BO.
The BO. I smell so rancid, y'all. I smell nasty. I smell so bad. And tell me why.
Like walking mold.
Little Hailey. Little Hailey went and I put hand sanitizer in my armpits because I didn't know what deodorant was.
I did that.
Yo,
I didn't know anybody did that. I literally
sanitizer in my armpit.
Come on, guys.
And then I would like wipe it with like toilet tissue in the bathroom and be like, I don't know why it smelled bad. I put perfume in there.
You didn't let it marinate?
Once I put lotion.
But deodorant. Lotion. I put lotion.
I was like, lotion.
I put bath and
body
body
around
works.
smelling like mastic musk.
It was, yeah. It was literally like, I would put like Bath and Body Works lotion in my armpits. Like, I was like, anything but deodorant went in there because I didn't know what it was. And then I told my mom, I said, Mom, I think something's wrong with me. I keep sweating. I smell bad. And she was like, oh, here's some deodorant. She's like, here's some deodorant. I'm like, You couldn't
Not
give me
she
this
like
when you
every
smelt me
time you
last
mention
week.
something to your mom, she's nonchalantly like giving you stuff. Like, oh,
Dude,
here's a cat.
I'm already
Here's
knowing. My
this.
mom literally just like hands it to me. Instead of having the conversations about the stuff before it happens, she would just wait till it happens and just deal with it when I came up to her. And that
Right.
is what I will
That's
never do to my
funny.
children. Okay. I'm going to make sure my kids know about it before so that when the time comes, they feel comfortable to come and talk to me about it instead of having to be like waiting until they figure it out themselves and then go up to me because they have no choice.
Well,
That's what I did.
I have something to say. Sorry, Mom, I'm about to call you out. Literally when all this stuff started happening, my mom just handed me this book, and I think all of y'all will know exactly what book I'm talking
My
about.
body and me.
I'm about to put it for our audio only listeners. I'm about to put it on our Instagram when this comes out, because this book was the most. I was so scared of this book. I went and hid it under my bed, and I never looked at it again. I opened that one page in that book, and I under the bed. Like, do you guys know what page
No.
I'm talking about?
I actually don't, because I didn't even get the book from my mom. I got it from my friend's mom. So I never even really read it because I was like, why is she giving me this? But I saw the pictures.
No, I feel
Are
like
you talking about the one with
I
the
know.
coochie and the hairs?
And there was
See,
one of
I
like the
don't know that
boobs.
book.
You don't want to
I
know
Okay,
read
that
it
well,
a
book.
lot as a kid, but like,
I know the
Like,
people out there will know exactly what page I'm talking
no.
about. Like,
Yeah.
it was
That book
such
is
a
definitely
scary
like,
book.
it's
Like,
rooted in
it's
like American culture. Freaking my
I
body and
know.
me.
I feel like American television really taught me about puberty, not books. I don't know.
What show?
Girl, I don't know. I
Degrassi.
was just watching,
Oh,
no.
Degrassi.
But maybe Teen Wolf, reality TV. Teen definitely was
Wolf?
teaching me. Girl, I love Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf down.
I thought you were
Vampire
about to say
Diaries.
like what's that one show? The American Life of the Teenager that's pregnant.
That too.
What is
Hmm.
it called?
The
The
American Life of the.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking
Yeah.
about.
No, but yeah, all that stuff just scared me. Like, it wasn't like an educational thing for me. I don't even know what age I hit where I just stopped being scared, because I was just so terrified of myself, my own body growing up. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and I can't believe I used to like wish for that. Like, I used to wish I'd be like, oh my God, like, the song by the Pussycat Dolls, when I grow up, I want to
That
be
was my
things I want
favorite
to.
song growing
Right.
up.
I
I used
never
to,
wished for
I,
puberty because I simply just didn't know what it was. It just happened. Like, I don't know. I did not
I
wish for
just wished
that.
for fame.
Me
that's
too.
crazy
I
because
wished for regular kid things.
yeah,
And, and then I just grew
I
like
just,
7 inches.
oh
Like,
yeah.
that was
What
the
Speaking
did,
of
worst part
growing,
of
my
puberty.
favorite part, no, that was my favorite part because
Was
up until
growing?
like the end of, yes,
probably
up
because she's
until
short.
middle school, I was like 4'9". And then all of a sudden I got to freshman year and I was like 5'3". And then I stayed 5'3" for a while. But now I'm 5'5". No, I just lied.
Oh,
I'm 5'4".
she's
I was like, you are
growing.
not five
She's
five.
growing.
No, yeah, when
Well,
I
when you
grew,
guys are,
I was really tall. I think because puberty does start at different rates. It's not just like you get puberty all at once. Like obviously it goes throughout years. So what I got in 5th grade was my height and my body odor. And so I was a super tall 5th grader. I thought I was gonna be like 6 feet tall when I grew up, but I was just like, dang, I'm big. And
well,
then
did you guys like feel it? Because I felt my growing pains. Like,
I don't remember
I
honestly.
had growing hunger. I know I ate a lot.
no, I felt it in my legs, and my mom always told me that she was like, "Oh, you're special because you feel your growing pains." But then I would talk to my friends. They're like, "Oh, I felt my growing pains," and I was like, "What?"
I
Because
probably
like,
did.
yeah, because I was like, "Oh, am I gonna be taller tomorrow?" Because my legs would like ache, and like, it was just it was just a thing. And you know what else? I know we kind of talked about this a little bit on our insecurities episode, but something that like took me off guard was also like just like the rapid hair appearing.
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
hair, body hair, you mean?
hair,
Oh
hair.
no, yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
hair everywhere. And it my hair started growing on my legs. I don't know if it's just because I got like them Arab genes in me, but like my hair started growing like really fast. And that's something that when I got bullied for. So like, I
That's
don't
a
know.
shame.
Yeah, I
Because I don't think
know.
people should be bullied for just natural things. Hair is natural on the body. And if y'all bully people for hair that grows on their body, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
It's childish because
Literally.
that's why you're literally bald on your head.
Childish.
Yeah, I'm like, cancel
You
Literally.
tell them,
2023.
get some
The whole
rosemary oil.
bully. We don't accept bullies at the Piggybank podcast.
Yeah, but I think also another big thing that comes with all this puberty stuff is freaking insecurities, and like my biggest one that came with puberty was like my skin. Like my skin was so bad, and I was like, I had a really irregular period. At my first period came, and then I got my next one like 7 months later. It was really weird, but my skin stayed bad throughout the whole thing, and so I just had a bad skin. Yeah. And it didn't get better till literally like my senior year of high school. Like I had bad skin all throughout high school. Curology sponsor me because you literally saved my life. Like
My life, hold on. This saved my life right here.
Period.
What's
That's
that?
what I like to see. No,
It's my birth control. Go ahead, Jailah.
Nice. Everyone literally has like a different story of puberty and whatnot, how it affects them. Some people just like grow into their shape, they get like longer, healthier hair, clear skin. I feel like that was in my instance of what happened to me because like even though I have like genetically like nice skin, quote unquote, like my skin definitely got clearer and it everyone noticed because everyone commented on it, especially my hair. So that's when everything just started flourishing because in high school everybody was like drop the skincare routine, drop the hair care routine. I think that was just a big part of puberty, and I just it's just different for everybody.
I don't, the one thing I don't like though, I mean, like, obviously that's a very great compliment, like complimenting on skin, but there's just certain things that like I'm starting to realize as I grow older where I'm like, why did people feel the need to like comment on that? Even if it's in a good way, like being like,
Yeah.
oh my God, your skin looks so much clearer. Like, I feel like that's even
It
just like a
doesn't
weird,
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are things that
like,
are
and
just not in your control. And especially with like puberty is like the worst thing for your like mental health because you have no control over what happens to you. And so one little comment can throw you off and it's like, well, this is just how it was made. Commenting someone on like their outfit or something, that's something they have control over. But commenting someone on their hair or their appearance is like nothing they have to do. Even like saying like your makeup looks good, that's fine. They did it themselves. But making their face,
Mhm.
it's like, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
and
like really, yeah, that's like a hit to some people because like that's you constantly think about the things people say to you, especially when you're going through puberty, or especially like when you're in middle school or high school. So being sensitive to that and like other people's emotions and feelings and thought processes is just a big thing in life that people should be aware of. You
Yeah, I
know?
think
and
also
also just,
like a lot of people have a lot of built up secure insecurities because I
Yeah.
just feel I don't know how I would have done it growing up the way the kids are now. You look at
oh
TikTok, you
no.
look online, and
Mm-mm.
everyone has like all these standards. Like I quite literally didn't know what it was like to be a high schooler until I got to high school or
Mm.
based off like
Yep.
fake like High School Musical.
Yeah,
But now
Yep.
you see
right.
that stuff right in your face. Like you go on TikTok and you see people who are older than you and that's right in your face.
Hmm.
So I think it's like crazy because I feel like I would be so much more insecure if I was a little kid growing
Mhm.
up now and seeing how people look, seeing how people have bigger boobs than me online, seeing how people have better facial structure, stuff like that, you know, like you have no control over what you see on social media and like all of that's in their faces now and they get phones at like 5 years old these days. So
Yeah,
I
going
know.
back to that, like commenting on just like how people comment on what you look like on your like face or hair and stuff like that, and how people did that to me in high school. But when let's say it gets taken away from you, or just like it temporarily changes, not for the best, because it happened to me because like my whole autoimmune issue, and
Mhm.
like that affects your mental health in itself because like you always think about what you used to be, and that's just
Mhm.
like not okay because like people put you on that pedestal like in your mind or in that pedestal period, and it's just like if only they didn't do that, I wouldn't really be as self-conscious right now about changing because changing happens. And not to mention changing, there are two puberties, if people didn't know that.
I was
Yeah,
about
and
to
also
you
just
just
like
stole the words
Yep,
out my mouth, Jayla. I was literally about to talk about like both
there's
puberties.
two
Like you
puberties.
hit puberty more than
Yeah.
once in your life.
right, and also like just going through with the mental stuff, like going
Hmm.
through the hormonal stuff, because obviously when it first started happening my period, like obviously I was moody, but like when I first started my birth control, like I don't know how to like explain to you guys unless you've like actually had it happen to yourself. Like it's like you cannot control your feelings at all. Like when I only started birth control like at a I think it was my junior year because I couldn't move because of my cramps. Like I couldn't go to school. My acne was really bad. So like my doctor just told me to maybe try birth control. So I did. And I was like I couldn't control it. Like I found myself being mean to like my best friends. Like I was just like it was crazy. And like it's so hard because these are the things that we have to do to like make for better our oh my gosh, to better ourselves. You know, like it's like
Yeah.
sucks that me as a woman like has these terrible cramps, but the way to fix that is taking birth controls that has like this giant ass like novel of like
Yeah.
side effects, and I'm like,
I wish people knew more about like natural remedies. Like not everybody mess with it, but I know that I've just like read online or heard from multiple sources, even a friend from high school, and they took like red raspberry leaf tea, something like that. It's something really natural. I'll probably post it on Instagram. People want to know about it, but it's just natural remedies are sometimes
yeah,
better options if you don't want like the side effect part of it, because side effects really also do affect mental health. You know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just scary out here.
It's scary, girl.
What advice would y'all say y'all have to give to people who are going through puberty now, or like just to help them like with knowing you're not alone through this, like it's gonna happen, it's okay to go talk to people about it. What would
Hmm.
y'all
Exactly what you said, honestly. Just is you're not alone. Everyone's going through it and it's okay to talk to people. Like if you're like in that young adolescent stage, I wouldn't say adolescent, maybe like
say?
just the earlier stages of puberty, and like everyone's cognitive mind is at different stages. Obviously, you're not at an adult mindset, but like just think that it's okay. Know that it's okay. Going to talk to people is okay. Even researching. Don't be scared to research. Like literally go out and
Yeah.
look
Honestly,
for
I
yourself.
wouldn't even
It's okay
I
to be
wouldn't even
knowledgeable.
recommend doing that. I wouldn't even recommend researching because you find all these things that tell you, "Oh, this is what's wrong with you. You're dealing with this," or "This is how you deal with this online."
Mm.
And not everything on the media is right. So really just going to someone who's experienced it like firsthand is going to be your best bet. So a lot of people don't have
Right.
that kind of relationship with their
Mm.
parents. And if you don't, I would say a school counselor. That might be a little awkward, but it's something that has to be talked about. I know one person I talked to when I was going through things was my school
Mm.
nurse.
Mm.
She was really helpful with telling me how
Shout
to
out nurses.
how to deal with
Yeah.
things and like what to use and how to deal with cramps and all that stuff. So that's what I would say.
And also like we're still growing, all of us, and we are actually like still going through it ourselves, and I'm learning like things every day, and it's still sometimes a struggle for me to like reach out to people to like ask questions. But yeah, like I got the luxury of having two older sisters, so like I would even
Mm-hmm.
say that like even if you're not like close with sisters, and like luckily now my sister's a nurse, so every time something weird happens with my body I just text her and I'm like, hey girl, so like my downstairs area sort of hurt. You know what I mean? So I don't know, just yeah, like you two said, just finding someone in your life that's like trusting and like you feel comfortable with to talk about that.
Right.
Like
So,
it is uncomfortable, but you have to get past the uncomfortable, you know?
mhm.
I have a question for you ladies.
Jailah. Oh,
Are y'all excited for your second puberty? I
that's what
hear
I was
good
about
things about
to.
it.
Jailah, stop saying what I'm gonna say. I was literally about to ask you that. I was gonna ask you first of all, when does that happen? Is it like your?
I
I thought
hear
it
it's
was your
like in your
20s,
mid 20s,
mid 20s.
like 22 to 25, 27.
Honestly, I'm kind of scared because I always look at people who are 22, 23, and I'm like, okay, they don't look anything like me. Like, I don't get how we're this close in age.
Yeah.
Like they look grown. You look at those like Fashion Nova models that are like 25, and I'm like, that
Mm.
is not me. But I guess that's about to be me. And the reason why it's just weird is because it's literally gonna happen like next year, probably in the next couple years. And I feel like I'm already seeing changes. My face has definitely grown into my facial structure. I
Hmm.
keep looking at old pictures of myself and I'm like, I look a little
Y'all
grown.
should have saw her last year when I first met her because she looks so much developed and growner.
It's
Yeah, it's
scary.
Basically.
I
really
didn't realize
weird.
it till today, actually. I was literally talking about it because I was like, I'm a sign model now, and I submitted to the
Hmm.
same agencies last year, and they didn't want me last year, and all of them offered me contracts this year.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why? And I was like, my face changed so
You're
much.
changing.
It
Yeah.
changed
That's why it's
so
like
much.
so I told Haley, everyone's on their own path. Like when I
Yep.
firm believer that when it's supposed to happen for you, it's gonna happen. And like it wasn't gonna happen for Haley last year because it wasn't her time yet. Like, and it's just everyone's just on that own timeline. And
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but I still got little like chubby little cheeks.
That
It can
baby fat,
like,
it ain't going
but I
nowhere. Cause
love it.
what? I'm sick.
I love little
My face
cheeks.
is like,
I know. I love my little chipmunk cheeks. You too, Jill.
A little chisel wouldn't hurt, but like the baby fat
A
not
little
going
chisel.
nowhere.
We're like fancy Squidward real quick.
It's
handsome
giving
Squidward.
this nose doesn't fit. Give me handsome Squidward.
It's a draw line who? Guashu. What's that? Guashu. I'm
Washa?
sorry.
Guasha.
Yeah, that's all. I'll be doing that sometimes.
But no, like
Yeah, but
I'm just scared. I don't know. I want a big butt. Like if they want to give me a big butt, if they want to give me a little titty, a little itty bitty, that's fine by me. But let me find out I get like mood swings or something, or like heavier periods. I will literally
we're like,
I will fight.
I learned
My
how to punch
period.
stage combat.
Yeah.
Just like
that.
I'm screaming. But no, I feel
Yeah.
like end of the story, it's just it's hard to be comfortable in your own body sometimes, and that's okay. Like that is fine. You're gonna go through changes. It's not gonna be just
Always.
straight up, you're gonna be okay with it. You're gonna have your little problems with things. I don't think I've heard of anyone who has a perfect puberty story. Like everyone has something that they
And
go
it's
through.
okay to get a little cry out.
Right.
Piggy banking off of that. I did it like because piggyback. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Never mind. Continue.
But yeah,
It's
long
also
story
okay.
short, just make sure you just talk to
Wow.
someone about things so that you aren't going into things blind and you aren't going into things cluelessly, especially if you're from a state that doesn't have a strong education system with sexual education. But yeah, definitely.
South period.
Yeah. So that's all for today's episode.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, subscribe if you're on our YouTube.
Comment if you related to any of these stories, and please comment if you know what page of the book I'm talking about.
And don't forget to check us out on all socials. We're on TikTok, Instagram. Stay in the know and listen to us on all streaming platforms. Also share us with your friends because we want to grow our Piggybank family.
Yeah, we love y'all so much.
Yeah, we love y'all. Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks for listening.
guys.
See you next
Bye,
week.
everybody.